Welcome, everybody, to Meet the Expert series. Happy New Year. We're so excited to be starting a brand new series with retailers this upcoming season. I'm Rachel Leonard, the editorial director of the Bridal Council, and I'm so excited to speak to my first retailer friend, Christina Plumlee of the bridal buyer and the manager of Stanley Korshak Bridal Salon in Dallas, Texas. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
So
I will apologize in advance if you hear clanging and banging. We're having construction.
Well, construction is always good. That means progress. That's a good thing, upgrading and things like that. Tell those who aren't familiar with the Stanley Korshak store a little bit of the history and what's the store like.
Of course. Well, we're a privately owned luxury department store, and the bridal salon has been operating here for about 30 years in Dallas. It's an amazing facility. It's huge. It's got giant high ceilings. It's 2 stories. So we're able to house at least 300 gowns all the time. So it's just it's a great place for brides to come. They get exposed to a lot of things.
And you get mostly, the Dallas area. Do people fly in from other places?
They do. We get brides from everywhere, especially the surrounding states, but also out of the country. We get people from all over the world. I would say we get a lot out of Mexico too, but it's a destination because it's an international city. People love to come here. We're actually connected to the Hotel Crescent, so people can come and stay at the hotel, literally walk across the courtyard and be here. So it's a great experience.
It sounds like a beautiful, luxurious experience. And so what's new in the store today for designers and that have arrived? So what are people going to see when they shop your store?
There is such a big variety. Everything from the clean look of our, classic designers like Sarah Nori and Amsala to, the more beaded Galia Lahav. I've got a little bit of everything, and that's the deal, is there's not just one bride anymore. She really spans a large spectrum, and they're very educated about, what's available out there. So when you walk in the door here, you're going to see it all. And that's the reaction that I get from most people. They're just almost overwhelmed.
You have a choice for everybody. It sounds like you offer. So any types of trends in weddings and bridal looks? I know people want to look like themselves, but is there anything in particular that's kind of standing out this season?
Again, I think it kind of goes from one end to the other, but the thing I am hearing more and more from brides as they walk in the door is they'll say, I want something clean, but I don't want it plain. So I think as they become more educated, they're looking for special fabrics, and they want a little bit of maybe a strap or sleeve, or at least they think they do. So those things are things that I think are trends. Also, for a long time, we were seeing more fitted gowns. Now I'm getting more and more requests for ball gowns. So again, it's all over the board, but those are just some things that I'm hearing recently.
Okay, that's great to know. And what do brides need to know before they shop for a dress?
Yeah, I think that's the most important. There's a few things. One, their date. That's the most important thing. And then their budget and their location. As far as budget, I don't ever ask anyone when they walk in the door what their budget is. I figured that is their business. And if they have a number that they don't want to go above, I think that's the important thing to share with your associate that's helping you. And then beyond that, I don't expect them to know exactly what they're looking for when they come in the door. That's our job because you've never done this before. So we try to let brides try on all different necklines, all different silhouettes, and she'll figure it out. We'll help her get where she needs to go. A lot of times just the location gives us an insight as to what would be the best for her, if she's going to travel with the gown, or if she's going to be outside, or if it's a big cathedral, just all those different things. But I would tell her just relax and enjoy it, and don't expect to know everything when you walk in the door.
How long does an appointment usually last?
2 hours is typical.
Okay.
That's what we schedule. It just takes that long to go through the process.
Yeah. Oh, and it's got to be the most fun thing to do. I mean, gown
Fun.
shopping, my goodness.
I love it. Yeah. if I'm not conducting a meeting, I'm always like hovering around listening. And the brides are so excited. Their families are excited. Especially here, everything is a real family affair here. So you may have 3 different generations that are shopping.
Amazing.
And it's a celebration.
Yeah, no, it's a party in itself, the celebration for shopping for a gown. Um, so what about okay, so let's, brass tacks, what's going on with Omicron? What's your protocol for the salon?
Been a roller coaster, hasn't it? Because for a little while we said, okay, we're going to be over this. And then it hit again full force. So we wear masks. We do that. We sanitize. We do all those things. We are not mandating that brides wear masks because we kind of are having to leave that up to them. We don't really have that ability here. But most people are very respectful. And I think we try to keep the parties apart, where luckily our facility is big enough that we can set different areas for each individual bridal party, and they're not overlapping. So I think that's the main thing, is just, we try to just make it easy for everyone.
Comfortable and spread out and all that.
Right. Yeah, we don't want that, even though it's super important, we don't want that to overshadow the one moment that they have to do this in their life. So we are just having to manage it and work around it the best we can.
And back to the trends, what kind of weddings are people having today?
Everything from the intimate to the grand. Here in Texas, bigger is better, and they are just getting bigger again.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's like people are trying to do life as usual as much as they can. And we're seeing very big, elaborate weddings, and it's fun. It's fun to be back there again.
You feel like they're more excited than ever? I mean, I'm sure.
I do. Yeah, even though everyone realizes that we're still in the pandemic, they're ready to live their lives and enjoy the moment. So that's what we're doing.
That's great. That's great. And one last thing, is there anything, how far ahead should somebody order a wedding dress or start shopping?
That is a great question, because right now, a lot of the designers, we're used to, it was 16 weeks from the time you order to the time that they would ship. Most of them are 20 weeks now. And luckily, everybody has delivered, and nobody has not had a wedding dress throughout this entire thing. All the designers that we've worked with have been amazing. I've been very impressed with how everyone's dealt with it. But I do think it's important to go ahead and shop early and make sure that you get your order in. If that's not possible, we've had quite a few brides come through recently that they want to get married in a few months. And so we'll end up having to, sell a sample off the floor or something like that to accommodate their needs.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today for my first retailer conversation. So it's very exciting. And I hope you're having a great season, and I can't wait to see you in person in market.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to market. It's great to hopefully see everyone in person again.
I know, it'll be excellent. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.